Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. Now, one of the things that happened was that the tier 6 and below tanks have been increased in hit points. What does that mean? Well, it means it's harder to make a kill because you have to take more shots. But, on the other hand, it's easier to make experience because there's more hit points. Now, you might also remember that Tier 2 tanks have been excluded from long-haul missions. That's unfortunate. However, it does not destroy the value of certain Tier 2 tanks. And I mean specifically the Panzer 38H. This tank was a monster because you used to be able to get a lot of experience for your commander with a 50% bonus in the tank itself and do long haul missions. Now it's really only good for 50% commander bonus experience. However, you get to do way more damage per game on average. So what that means is that instead of scoring 4,000 or 5,000 commander points when your commander is properly set up, the number now is more like 10,000. And I'm going to show you examples of this, which will help you. So if you have the Panzer 38H, it's no longer a junk tank necessarily. It's still tremendously valuable, and I'm going to show that to you. If you don't have the Panzer 38H, I'm going to show you also that you can get it for free in like 2 minutes or less. It's not a big deal with no strings attached. So it'd be nice if you could please leave a like for this video. If you haven't subscribed, you might want to consider subscribing because this is the kind of information that has long-term benefit for your game and your commanders and other tanks. It's not just myself that has this information. This comes from a big group of players that I play with, and everybody knows something that somebody else doesn't know. And so we have routine gatherings in parties, working on long-haul missions, working on contracts, goofing around. So there's a lot of people that combine together, and I'm the conduit of doing YouTube that presents this info to you guys that we have been doing in our group. And it's a loose group. There's no association, there's no clan, nothing like that. We're just a bunch of dudes that just play tanks together and other things too as well. So let me get the info for you. As you can see here, I have a caution crew training sticker on my Panzer 38H because this tank has in itself a 50% commander bonus every game. Now, the commander you saw, my fireman commander, let me swing him over here. There he is. All right, John Garvey. This guy is a 3-star, 30% commander bonus commander. So, when you put the 30% commander in a 50% tank, you get an 80% commander bonus. Awesome. Now, look at this. When you add enhanced rations, you get another 10% commander bonus. That makes it 80 plus 10%, 90% bonus. And one more thing. Let's go to the commander. When the commander has this skill that you see here on the screen, the Quick Learner. Let's read it. 10% increase to commander experience earned from battle. 90% plus 10% equals 100%. So this tank is literally a rolling daily double. Every game you play is double the experience if you played the exact same game in another tank. That's like if you had the R35 or the H35, it'd be double whatever you got in that tank. That's why this tank is still the #1 commander builder. So what you see here is my commander has 5 skills, and I just unlocked a 6th one. That's what this yellow star is here over here. So let's go through the commander skills and let's see what they are and why we have them. All right, let's go from the beginning. What I did when I restarted this commander is that we shove in the 10% bonus of the Quick Learner. That means that gives us the 200% right from the get-go. So if we play a game and instead of 1,000 commander points that we'd earn, we'd get a double because 100% of that is bonus. So 100% of 1,000 points is 1,000 points. So you get 1,000 plus 1,000 equals 2,000. Pretty basic stuff. Every match. Now, the more damage you do, the more money you make. Well, actually, that's not true. The more commander points you make. This tank has one huge weakness. It does not make money. You can set it to make money, but you ain't going to score. You're going to be a very mediocre guy. You set this dude to win, you're going to rake it in, but it's going to cost you silver, so you're going to have to go play some other games in another tank or two to get that money back. It's totally worth it, though. All right. This Quick Learner gives us 10% bonus, which is the thing we need to hit the 100% bonus plateau. Rapid loading. It makes your loading of your gun 10% faster. I'll show you what this does. Steady aim. Accuracy of your gun is increased. Armor angling. This is a light tank, technically, so the only armor defense you can add is in the commander with armor angling. On mediums and heavies, you can add advanced armor to the tank itself, and you'll get another 5% deflection bonus. But the commander can only get a 5% deflection. It's total gold. It works every time they shoot you. We also use Born Leader. Now, Born Leader magnifies the value of reload and aim. It also magnifies the value of vision. So what we're going to do here, I want to show you what we have on this tank. If you look at the stats on the right side, our vision is 402 meters, which is good. We're going to increase that vision with our next crew skill. And that crew skill is the binoculars. So we go here to the second page right here. We press to the right to get there. And there we go. We're going to put binoculars here because that vision range was 402 meters. Let's crank it on. Go back all the way out. We just gained 30 meters of vision. That means this dude has one of the longest visions in Tier 2. It's fantastic. So this guy is a killer. So let's go back here, look at this commander. So you see these commander skills. 6 skills here. Pretty awesome. Now, you have two awesome options. This tank is really a beast at this point. It's actually pretty beastly once you start, once you add for two skills, you're a beast. Now, as I tell people, the reason I add the skills I add is because I add skills that work all the time. I will add later on skills that might be only partially used. But at this point, every one of these skills works all of the time. Quick learner, 10% every game. Rapid reloading, faster reloads every game. Better aim every game. Armor deflection of damage every game, or every shot that they take at you. Born Leader works every game. Binoculars works every game. Now there's some other good skills you can add on. One of the things that's really helpful, Iron Mace. This makes your shots penetrate more at longer distance and do more damage. It's very important. It's a tremendous skill to put on, like say about number 7. And you can, jack with it. I could have put Iron Mace on now instead of Binoculars. But Binoculars is a great choice. So is Iron Mace. You have other attributes. The turret rotation on this tank is not super awesome, but it's decent. You could add turret rotation with rapid aim. You could add stuff like run and gun. You could add camouflage if you want to be a more camouflage type guy. However, this tank is so slow. To me, it's really not a big camouflage deal, but it's up to you. Do whatever floats your boat. It has a relatively rapid firing gun. Deadeye wouldn't be a waste where you get the extra additional chance of fire, but it works best on guns that spit like a machine gun. Guns that fire like a Steadfast. They're awesome with this. That's a pretty fast firing gun. I'll show you the reload time here in just a second. So you have different options available that can help you. You can go with the track, repairs, etc. If you want to run gasoline and want to take the medical kit off, you can run pain tolerance. That means your crew is less likely to be killed. But it's kind of dangerous because your crew members can get whacked. So let's look back here. And now what we're going to look at is stuff that we have. This is a frontline tank. So in frontline tanks, I always recommend gold repair. This is our rations. This has gold medical, because when you run to E6s, they can rip you. And if you don't have this, the E6s will scare the heck out of you. They're not as scary when you have this. So that's what I recommend. However, you can try pain tolerance if you want, and then you can swap out the medical kit for gasoline and you'll go faster. It goes about, I think, 44 with the it goes 44 or 45 depending. We can look at the engine. This speed is 42.73, so I think it goes 45 with gasoline. And you get the extra added horsepower boost if you need it. It's personal preference. Actually, I need to up the premium ammo on this because to 80 because I get a lot of matches where I get tougher dudes like those E6s, and now there's just more damage to do on tougher guys. But this tank is super awesome. One of the things, though, it does not do is does not make money. And I'll show you why. 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand. It's goodbye 30 grand right off the top, which is bad. Now, we scroll down here. On the bottom left, the premium tanks, you'll see silver bonus, 100. That means there's no silver bonus. You just make the 100% of the normal cash. That's it. Better do a lot of damage or you're going to lose money. But I don't care about losing money because I built a stash and I use Cold War tanks to make a ton of money, like 100,000 a game. So whoop-de-doo if I lose 10, 20 grand. I don't care. I make it back in an hour. And all of it, and then some, in about an hour playing Cold War. Or even half an hour sometimes. Although this tank does have a monster tank experience bonus, 70% bonus over normal. Great for operations. Commander experience bonus, 50%, awesome. And the reason why this tank is the #1 commander builder is because the games that you're going to see, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you every game, but I'm going to show you the stats that count and why this thing is an absolute monster. All right? The thing is, these games are short and you get to turn them over quickly. You could do about 10 matches an hour without too much difficulty. And it's about the only commander bonus tank you can make this claim. The other ones are going to be less. There are tanks with more commander bonus than this, but their matches last double or even longer than this. So you could get a 75% bonus tank, and then you can trick it out with the quick learner for 10%, 85%, and then you could get 10% more on the rations, 95%, and you could add 30% commander, 125% is the maximum you can get. That's all good, but you're going to run at least 2, and it's in between 2 and 3 of these matches of the 38H than you would run if we used a blue steel, which is an eradicator, an earthshaker, or a demolisher. So those are all great tanks, but if you want to get this done speed, this is the bad boy. I have other tanks that do this, like the Hollenhund is another 50%. Light tank, tier 8, very good, but those matches last at least twice as long. It's just that simple. You can pound these out about 10 an hour. Now let me show you. What I was doing to get that commander skill, which you saw, was I was playing matches. This was the last match I just played. Bammo. Whoops, minus 30 grand. Who cares? I don't care. Look at that commander bonus. 8692. That's no booster. All right? I killed 3 guys. Did 590 damage. That was average, not even a great match, okay? That gold flash meant it shows that I earned the next commander skill. 6 medals, pretty good. Doesn't really matter. Don't worry about it. We're only worried in commander bonus points. Let's check out this victory previous to that one. This one was an awesome game, almost 10 grand in one match, because I did 827 points of damage. Again, minus 32,000. Well, I run consumables that cost 30,000. There you go. This tank loses money when you set it up to win. I use a lot of premium on there because they don't bounce. At least very often anyway. This was another victory. This one was on the mines again. 639 damage, pretty good. This one I didn't use much premium, so I made I lost a little less money. I didn't make any. 7,900 commander points. Pounding it out. I had to do about 7 games, I think, to cash in my commander skill. This was a loss, unfortunate, not my fault. I killed 2 guys, 600 damage, 4 grand commander and a loss. Very good. That's because there's more meat on the bone to harvest. This was another killer victory. I lost a ton of money though. Minus 40 grand. Hello, 15,000 commander bonus points. This was on the port. Killed 6 guys, 1,300 damage. Absolutely a phenomenal game. 8 medals, that's very good. Nothing special. These are, I killed 6 guys, get a top gun. Got a steel wall for blocking. If you're doing ops, if there are season challenges like blocking, those blocking points you saw here, 915, that counts. It's not, crazy good, but it's good. Let's see if we have another one. There we are. Another victory on Serene Coast. This one, minus 9,000. That was a really good match somehow. So 2 kills, 800 damage, 111 assist damage, 10,000 commander points. You see how much commander points I made? It's just craziness. It was a cakewalk, man. Easy as pie. And this was, yes, the first one I did. Right out of the, actually, I think this was the second one. There's one more I did, but it's not showing up here. So, big ouch on the minus 45,000. But I killed 4 guys with 1,000 damage. Again, 466 block damage. Always important. But 12,000 commander points. This is the key. Basically, in the 38H, you're spending silver to earn commander bonus. And that's what's killer. And that's how I finished this guy off with no troubles at all. I would show you matches, but it's really, I don't think, necessary. Well, we probably should do one. So let's do one, shall we? Welcome to the mines. This one's a pretty short game, so it'll be a good quick one. So, 3 kills for me in this one. That's good enough to give you an example of what the 38H does. Now, in this team, on the enemy, they have a Steadfast, which is a human. They have a T1E6X, which is a human, and a T2 Light, which is a human. So 3 pretty fast tanks. The key thing is they have speed and we have power. My team has a Steadfast like them, but 2 38Hs. This is the T2 Light. This guy was a freak. So long, chump. I was going to ram him, but that's okay. I made, a few, 100 points or whatever it was off of him damage. You get paid by doing damage. So the thing is, the T2 Light was the fastest tank in the game. It's dead because the guy doesn't know how to play the game. His speed is so much more valuable at the end of the match than it is at the beginning. But the T1E6 is now on top of the mine because we were distracted and had to stop the speed demon. So here it's just cleanup time. Kill as many as you can. Alright, there's a guy right in front of me, so I'm going to use the house to block the E6 from shooting me. The E6 can do nothing to me. My other guys, though, are moving to close in on him. I'm just removing guns from the combat. Take out whatever gun I can. The E6 is dead, and it's basically game over. He was the only guy they had that has a powerful premium bullet. T2 Light has a decent premium shell, but it's the E6 that's the main harasser. Once that guy's done, it's over for them. It's just Squash City unless they kill all my faster guys, where we could swarm the base. The weakness of 38H is that you better not be second on a base capture idea, because you're slower than dirt and you don't go very fast. And that means You don't capture bases second, ever. You better get there first if you're going and cash in. You've got to know that when you make the break for the base, you're going to get there. If you can't get there first or have someone backing you up, you're going to be in trouble. That's its weakness as its lack of speed. Its power is gun power. So the Steadfast did a terrific job, obviously, to get MVP, and that was fantastic. In fact, all three of my team's people were 1, 2, and 3. Steadfast 1, myself 2, the other 38H 3. This is what happens. This is a monster game winner, and it's a monster commander earner, as you saw. Now, since you actually saw the match, the numbers will mean a little bit more to you in context. Like I said before, 3 kills for me, 590, we'll call it, 600 damage. Decent, not great, but that's decent. That got me 8,600 commander points. I didn't need that many to get my next skill, so I was good. I knew I had done well enough to score the next skill. Now, the thing you have to do at this point, I've gotten 6 kills on this guy. I can continue doing this over the next month and build this guy to probably 8 skills for sure. I could even go all the way to 9 if I wanted to. But normally what I do is I'll get a guy to 8 skills, put him in a good tank, and then play that tank with whatever commander is in it so that whenever it gets to 9 skills, it's got 9 skills, who cares? But when I get the 8th skill, let me show you. This is what I do. And this is one of the secrets. All right, we have 6. So we're going to get, at some point, we'll get the 7th one. Probably I'm going to stick Iron Mason here. But whenever I got the 8th skill, at this point, I would just take the 10 gold for a slot and pay the 70 gold, clear them all out, restore all of them, and take out this quick learner. Because the quick learner, we need it. Once we get to the 8th skill, you don't worry about the 9th skill. It takes 1.5 million points. 10% faster ain't going to help you. Just let it go. The smart guy would add the 8, take these out, redo the 7, and then add the 8th one, and essentially you're going to take one out and then add 2. Makes a huge difference. So this is what I do. Now, the other choice you have is a really good, and I've done this a lot, and I'm going to show it to you. Watch this. Commanders. The other thing you can do is sometimes I build 5 slot commanders like this Bogatir and this Rudy and this Gingerbread Man. Okay, I built 4 for this guy. Good enough. Actually, this was originally set up for an artillery. But anyway, so there's a 7 here. And this guy's a 3-star. So I build 5 and 6-star. Whoops, this is Russian commanders. There we go. Brand new commanders, so nothing there. Now, here's what I did for my awesome Patton. I got an 8 slot commander, or 8 skills. Swapped the skills with Patton. I don't need to use his 3 stars to build up. He'll build up on his own in the Sherman tank. So he's got 8 skills, but notice, let's go to General Patton here. Notice that the quick learner is gone. Okay, these are the 5 skills that you saw in my fireman commander, minus the quick learner. And so the 2 skills that were added were the mechanic skills, one for track, one for general, and then the camouflage. So this is what I mean by having an 8 skill commander ready to go to play in battles, and whenever I get the 9th skill, it's whenever I get it. I don't really worry about it at this point. I've done all the work part. This guy is now more powerful. So this is how I do it. That's a new commander I got, so we'll do that later. Same thing with this one, brand new commander I just got from the War Heroes Legends website. So that's what another one, bunch of new ones. This one I swapped commander skills, but you see how I do a lot of skill swapping. 6s, 6. This guy's got 7. Oh yeah, I was going to do that too. This guy used earlier in the Panzer 38H to get his 7th skill. So this is what I'm going to do. I wanted to save this and do this in a video. Well, I do want to do this in a video. Do I want to do this in this video or a different video? This one's getting kind of long. We're going to save this guy. We'll do it later. I'm just showing it to you in general. But this is what I do. This is another 8 skill commander. He's the commander of my Teethbreaker, which is a premium tank tier 9. So one of the things you want to do, the smart guy wants to use a lot of skills in tanks that are in high value, like tier 8, 9, or 10. Notice this Centauro commander you see in front of you, Italian, Tiago. He's got a 7 skill. It's a tier 10. You want to have 7 or 8 or whatever. Okay? You don't want to give a tier 10 tank a 3 slot commander. You're just squandering your tank's abilities. So that's the thing. You want to match. You can match lower tier tanks in some cases with commanders that you're going to build up. Okay, that's what I do in my Sexton artillery. I also do that in the 38H. Just depends what I'm feeling like. Sometimes I want to play 38H. Sometimes I want to play Sexton artillery. It's nothing special. That's just, that's how it's real. It's relaxing to me. It's not a big deal. So that covers really the Panzer 38H. Okay, now let me show you how to get the 38H if you don't have it. I'm going to go to the home. We're going to go idiot. We're going to go to the store. So what I'm going to do here is just type in search. You'll see it come up. World All right. What comes up here is a black box. World of Tanks and World of Warships Legends. This is called Combined Might. I'm sorry, this is Joint Forces. The Combined Might is a blue one. And the blue one has the T2 light, which you saw in that last match. Okay, so here, now if you don't have, whoops, I don't want that. You don't have this. So, if you don't have it. So now I own it. So it says manage, I own this. But if you don't have it, it says buy it. It's free. So you click on that. And I'm going to click on this. And what I'm going to do is cruise on down here. Now this game is installed already. I don't want to install this game. You can if you want to have this game. It's fine. It's free. You want this part right here. Okay. This will install the Panzer 38H. And the reason you know this is the case is if you scroll down here, you'll see photos of the Panzer 38H. This lets you know you've chosen the right one. This one is the black one. There's another one that's a blue box that says Combined Might. Now watch this. World of, it should come up here. Nope. There we go. This one. This one is World of Tanks, and World of Warships Combined Might. This one has the T2 light. Again, mine says manage. Yours will say buy. I was informed by PlayStation, by a guy who plays on PlayStation, who's a subscriber. He said, on PlayStation, you can only choose one of these for some goofy reason. So choose the black one. The Panzer 38H is the valuable tank. T2 Light is a freebie also. It's not that great, but it's a fun tank to goof around with. That's the T2 Light. This dude rolls about 87 if you max out the speed. So this tells you which one you're getting. So again, manage exactly the same. Leave your World of Tanks in there. You can add this or not. It's up to you. And if you add this game as well, you probably should add the bottom one. But again, all you want is this. I've installed the T2 Lite here. So there you go. That is how you get the Panzer 38H on Xbox in under 2 minutes. It's super easy. Because even though you can't use this in long hauls, this is a fun tank to play. And it's super, super awesome in commander skill building, which you saw from what I showed you. So that's what I wanted to show you. It lets us know that by clever thinking, the 38H is still a mega beast, because you saw me get 8, 6, 10, 15,000. The one you missed when the first game of the day on this tank, I used a ×4 booster. 24,000, I believe, is what I got in one game. It wasn't even a great game. It was just maybe above average. All right, wasn't super awesome. I've had games in this tank where I've generated upwards of over 50,000 in one game. That's why this is a mega beast. Okay, if you have a ×6 experience booster, it's going to be through the roof. ×8, even more. So that's the thing. I wanted to give this to you so you would have an advantage in building commanders, because every time you get another free commander, oh, it's cool, but you got to work and build it. It's like, oh, dude, if I start from scratch, it'll take forever. Well, that's true unless you're using a 38H. This dude is a beast. You saw those matches, 4.5, 3.5, 5, 6 minutes a match. Bing, bang, boom. Normally, you're going to average right about 10 an hour. So, and if you're averaging, let's be conservative and say 8,000, let's say you're a good player, 8,000. I didn't say great. I just said good. You average 8,000 commander a game. You do that 10 times in an hour, that's an 80,000 points of skill building in 1 hour. So you can see it's monster. Hey, you got a friend who wants to do that commander building? You guys can have a blast with this stuff in a platoon playing tier 2s. It's freaking awesome. It will help you improve your execution. It'll help you improve your planning of your matches. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. We do this, and we're good players because it helps to keep you sharp. And other good players do it too for the same reason. So sometimes you run into freaking good players playing tier 2 garbage tanks. That's what some people call them. And you have some great matches. You're going to have to learn how tanks beat other tanks. And that's the key. But it happens on a little slower basis, so it's easier to learn what to do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. I was looking forward to this after I got my skill in my commander, so I wanted to take care of this and show it to you, because this guy is awesome. Now, I have a bunch of more commanders to make, so I'm going to take this 6 skill guy and swap the skills with one of these other commanders and start again from scratch. So that's what I will do eventually. Or actually, there's another thing I do. Now, the 38H is good with a 1 skill commander. It's not great, but it's good. But for me, I'm an artillery wacko. What I do is I use the Sexton 1 I build this. Now, as you see, I'm in the midst of building this crew. I built this from 1. The one that was in there was the quick learner, because it takes a handful of games, starting with the first game of the day, getting that double bonus with a quad commander booster. So I would come in here and do this like so. I'd slap one of these dudes on there and go ×4 booster. I've been known to pull 20, 30 grand on the first game of a day in this tank. And I'm going to do this tomorrow anyway. But I will build this up to, whatever. Now, I could take this, to be honest with you. Normally, I would build this up to about 5 or sometimes 6. However, I could build this to 3 or 4, swap this to the 38H, and then build that up there and start again with 1 commander here. It all depends on what you're good at. If you're not good at artillery, you can win games in the 38H with only 1 commander skill. And the commander skill that you need the most in the 38H after the quick learner, accuracy is pretty good. It has a good reload as it is, so it's not a big deal on the reload. The aim is also good. You can do armor angling, which is tremendous because that works every time. So one of the things you can do you can specially add skills where you could go quick learner number 1, armor angling number 2. Sky's the limit. You do whatever you want. I would eventually add rapid reload, steady aim, binoculars, iron mace. But you can do whatever you want. And I'll mention it now. I don't use Sixth Sense because I don't need it. It's a crutch. It's a waste of one of my most valuable skills in my commander. You get the beep when you're spotted or targeted. Beep, beep. You get that. That's all I need. I already have a ballpark knowledge of, you need to develop the spidey senses of, well, I probably am exposed here and I'm going to be spotted. So that's the thing. I don't use enhanced targeting. It's also a crutch. It looks cool, but it does absolutely nothing for you. As you can see in this tank, I swap out enhanced targeting for advanced optics. This is what I use. View range plus 10%. Enhanced targeting has no view range enhancement. It's worthless. Now you know how I have a 406. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong tank. Oops. It doesn't matter. It's still true. I just forgot I was talking about 38H and I'd switched to my Sexton. Okay. Same story. I don't have that. I use advanced optics and I have a 432 view range, which is a monster at tier 2. So it's all good. So again, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. Tell your friends so they can like and subscribe. You'll get notifications of my videos that I make every day, and I average 2 or more videos a day. So a little bit long, but a lot of good info here to show you how to score and make your commanders stronger, especially with the War Heroes Legends free commanders you're getting. Combine those with 3-star guys, and it's going to be awesome. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in my other videos. Best of luck with your commanders.